Welcome to Chess Talk, episode 247. Hello. Thanks for joining. We got the new usual, just Brittany and I.
Yeah.
That's just us. No
Yeah.
guests. Well, Chloe's here too.
Yeah.
She's our special guest. She's been vacuuming. Or trying to vacuum. I am playing chess with the computer. Let's see how quick I lose this time.
It's only weird because we don't eat in this room.
Not really, no.
I don't really eat in this room.
I don't know, man. She's probably bored. We're about to walk her after this. It's hot.
Yeah.
But we're back after the fun episode of Tikeri last week. Hope you guys enjoyed having him on.
Thanks for being on, man.
It was a fun time, and we will be having him on again soon.
I wanted to say it last week, but I want to be in the point in my life where I can just go on a random road trip for a year.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Save up.
Fuck.
That's how you do it. That's how he did it.
We need to invest in like a van.
Oh.
A van that we can
You need a new car soon.
Yeah. I'll make it a van with a bed and deck it out so that we can just go camping forever.
Mm. Make sure it has room for the chol.
Yeah. We'll just be constantly on the move. She'll be so excited. We both need to get those remote jobs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How's your week been, though?
I don't remember, to be honest.
I think that's most people's answers with the quarantine.
Yeah, every day's kind of blended together.
Yeah.
Did I bake anything?
You made that stuffed bread.
Oh,
You made biscuits. Since we last recorded,
Yeah.
you made that. It was probably that night.
Yeah.
So you've done 2 new things.
Yes, I made. It's called Pane Bianco. I don't know. It's bread with cheese and sun-dried tomatoes in it. Did you like it?
Yeah, it's tasty.
Yep. I would probably do it again, but with fresh garlic instead of the jarred garlic.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure that always tastes better.
I would probably add like pesto or something.
Okay, I don't know if they want their dog in a bread, but I'm sure we can ask them.
Whoa. And then I made biscuits this morning. They were okay.
I thought that they were good. Good biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely had worse. I feel like they were very good homemade biscuits.
Okay.
So
I definitely overworked them.
you made little like sandwiches out of it, so for the most part you couldn't really tell or care.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll try again. They're easy. The ingredients are... I'm not lacking the ingredients right now, so...
Yet. Give it another month of hell.
Yeah. Just want everyone to stop buying all the flour. I'm good for a little while, but...
Everyone wants everyone to stop buying all the flour.
I totally get everyone to take up baking right now because it's a really fun thing to do, but...
No.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
But that's my
It's my hobby. Go away.
Mm.
Now I can't do it. And it's the only thing I do. I don't play video games. Fuck. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't think I did anything besides bake because we can't go anywhere or do
Yeah.
anything. What did you do this week?
I played some WoW, played some League of Legends. Fucking stupid ass chess game.
You already lose?
No, I definitely lost a piece I didn't want to lose. That's for fucking
Your
sure.
queen?
No, one of my rooks.
Oh.
We played D&D again
Yes.
on Roll20, streamed it. So
Yes.
if you guys have any interest in seeing what our D&D sessions are like, that's pretty much how they go, with less board drawings, I guess, from Naomi. That's what she likes to do in between combat rounds.
Yeah.
But that was interesting. It was meeting the Council of Dragons. So it was a very RP heavy episode.
Yes, which I'm not good at.
And Avery and Naomi made fun of you and Tyler.
They didn't make fun of us. They were just like, it's an RP game.
Yeah.
Like, so?
It was a interesting session, at least. And I know that the next chapter in the game, in the book, will at least go kind of back to normal D&D, more combat.
Yeah.
Watched some shows. I watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, season 14.
Yeah, you already finished it, right?
I did, because I mean it's 10 episodes, so it's
only 10?
10 episodes.
Okay.
So it was season 13, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, when they're 20-ish minute episodes, it takes 4 or 5 hours, not even, to watch the entire thing.
Oh,
so,
I get it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. But I mean, at least like with Brooklyn Nine-Nine and like the 20 episode season things, or
It's such a chore sometimes.
yeah, I know. That's why you take a break. But season 14, It's Always Sunny. It's good. You started watching it because I sat you down and made you watch the first episode because I
It's not
wanted
like
you
you
to see it.
forced me to watch it. I enjoy the show.
I know. Yeah.
You're making it sound like I fight you.
But I finished it, and it's good.
When did it get put up on Hulu?
I don't know. I will
Okay.
have to find that out.
Probably within the last week, because
I would say
I don't.
so.
I feel like we would have heard about it.
Yeah, because I feel like if I try and look it up, they're just gonna say like, "Hey, it's available on Hulu now." Yeah, on the subreddit, they just keep saying 2020. It was fine. It was a good season. I
Okay.
kept getting derailed in my own thoughts. Don't really have any major complaints with it. I don't feel like there's any sort of like big episode like last season had with Mac.
I feel like there never really is a big episode like that, though.
No, yeah, and I didn't know if that was going to become the norm,
Yeah.
and it isn't. So it's just very much back to shitty people being shitty in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Back to the show's roots.
It's always shitty in Philadelphia.
Kind of, yeah, with these people. Does not detract from the quality, I would say. It is still
It's very consistent.
yes. If you like the show, you will continue to like the show. So
At this point, how do you think they'd end the show? Like, do you think they'd do the Seinfeld thing?
I think they take it to the next level and like literally all of them die.
Okay.
That's probably what they would do.
Okay. Yeah.
And like not in some like crazy thing. It's just like
They'd all get themselves killed because they're
or
stupid.
like just someone robs the bar and kills them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a very Philly thing. It's like, oh yeah, there was another 5 murder event last night. I don't know. Because like they're not trying to be something that they really aren't. Like they constantly make fun of how old they are and the fact that they still work at a bar. So it's like, I don't think that they would ever change their jobs and what they do as characters. So it's just they kind of have a good formula to keep going. And
I'm not saying it's time for them to end by any means, because I can't really think of a season that wasn't good. There may have been some like whatever episodes here and there, but like it's consistently pretty funny.
Yeah.
How do you end a show like this?
Yeah, I don't really know, because I want to say that they were renewed for season 14 and 15 when they got renewed.
I think so. That sounds familiar.
So, I mean, they have at least one more.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, go watch that if you have Hulu, especially now. I am definitely going to be looking out for other TV shows to watch. Maybe Money Heist. It's hard, though, with international shows to, like, binge and
because
watch.
you like to multitask.
Yes, I like to work or be playing a game while I'm watching shows and things like that, and can't really do that when I have to read subtitles. I used to, like, I swear I watched something at my other office job where I was only multitasking, and I kind of plowed through it. Like, I would just glance every couple seconds and, like, read the
Attack
sentence.
on Titan.
Probably, yeah, that's probably it. So, it's doable for me, but I would rather just sit down and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I did finish Succession as well.
Woo.
You were waiting with a bated breath, so I could be caught up with you. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, story, plot-wise. So spoilers if you have not.
If you haven't seen Succession, it's good. Give it a chance. You know, I will admit the first half of the first season is a little slow, but stick with it. It get good. Anyway.
I don't know. Do you want to talk about just the show as a whole or just season 2? I'm not too sure how far into this show you want to really get.
We don't have to like get super specific. I just want to know your general thoughts and opinions about certain things. Like the premise of the show is this very much a parody of like the Rupert Murdochs of Fox News and his family, and just these very, you called them waspy, but I call them new money, of like they own like a media corporation, this family, and
A Fox News
type media corporation, but they've expanded into like Disney-esque fields where they have like theme parks and cruise lines, and they also own I don't know, they own like every fucking local news station as well. So
Right.
it's just everything wrong with corporations. And then the patriarch of the family is getting older. He's supposed to be choosing who's going to take over as CEO and chairman of the company. And from there, it's kind of like, gives me like modern day Game of Thrones feelings where like all the kids are kind of like secretly hoping that it'll be them and like playing politics to try to get more power within their family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically the premise of the show.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, the pilot shows you that it's setting up for the second oldest son to take over, but things happen.
I mean, even in the pilot, like, they show that
He's like, nah, I'm going
things
to
are
stay
fun.
on
Yeah,
more.
it's like before the show even starts, it's
Mm-hmm.
they were going to be setting up Kendall, the second oldest, essentially the main character.
Yeah.
But by the pilot, it's revealed that Logan, the dad, does not want him to be there.
Yeah. He wants to give it a few more years of being in charge.
Yeah.
Even though he's very old and clearly not doing well mentally anymore.
Yeah, clearly.
Mm-hmm. The first scene of the show is him pissing on the floor in the closet on accident.
Sure is. Because he forgets where he is.
Yep. The first line of the show is, "Where the fuck am I?"
Hell yeah. That's the guy that owns like 20 billion everything.
Yeah.
I do think it is a tough pill to swallow. Just sit through it, watch it, it gets good. Because if you aren't drawn in by the characters or care about their...
And I will say, they're all terrible people.
Yes.
So it's hard to kind of latch on.
Right. So, I mean, if you don't like It's Always Sunny's of the world, or even like the more shitty characters in Game of Thrones, and you probably won't like this because there aren't really like a good... There's not one like Stark
Redeemable.
family in
Yeah.
succession. It's just all shitty. It's just like watching the Lannisters.
Yeah.
That's what you're watching.
To me, I know you might disagree, the closest to a redeemable character is Kendall, but he struggles with certain problems that make him do bad things.
I would say Connor is...
Yeah, Connor.
He doesn't
He's
really...
just kind of an idiot.
He's pretty removed, and he's just out of touch.
Yeah.
That's his biggest flaw, is he's out of touch.
Yeah,
and weird.
okay, Connor. But
Yeah.
he's barely in the show.
Yes. And that is... What's his face from
Ferris Bueller,
Bueller's Day
Alan
Off.
Ruck, who
Yeah.
plays
Cameron.
Cameron in Ferris Bueller.
Yeah. He's in it.
Yes, he is the oldest son.
So, I mean, it is... If you can take the slow burn and the just kind of like very, very building dramatic show that does have like humor at least throughout it, sure, watch it. But I mean...
Does the humor make up for the slow burn?
Yeah,
you?
but at the same time, it's similar to Veep, or again, in the same sense of It's Always Sunny, where it's just the episodes are a lot of people just being like shitty and loud at each other.
Yeah.
So it does make it a little hard to binge, because there were definitely some days where I was trying to watch it and stuff, and I would watch an episode and be like, I need to take a break. I can't sit through 4 hours of this in a row.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would say check it out, but I have so many like asterisks on the show itself. It's like, okay, like follow this flow chart, and if you make it to the end, yeah, go ahead and watch it. That's not to say it's not a bad show, but it's just like, I couldn't recommend this to my stepmom.
Okay.
I don't know if she would really appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not for everyone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I feel like I wanted to recommend it to my dad, but also it's making fun of everything he's ever...
would he get that?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, he would, actually.
Okay.
It's very, very obvious.
That they're the bad people.
That they're the bad people and they're making fun of Republicans a lot of the time. And capitalism. Like, there's a very obvious, like, Bernie Sanders parody in this show who, like, I say parody, but, like, they're not making fun of him.
It's just Bernie Sanders type.
Yes.
The universe is Bernie Sanders.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I think I wouldn't have gotten through the first few episodes if it weren't for the humor. And then it was the politics and the humor that kept me going. I don't know. It was good. You like Roman.
I mean, yeah, he's the best character.
But Greg the Egg.
He's another character that it's like, okay, he's redeemable, and you can kind of sometimes get behind him. That's where Greg and his alliances lie, I would say.
Yeah. He's like, he came from literally nothing, even though he's a part of this family, just distantly related.
Yeah, he's
A cousin.
A cousin of the kids.
Yeah. and he has no money, but he just kind of weasels his way in.
Started with no money, and now he here.
Yeah.
Fuck this stupid game.
But I'm glad you watched it. I very much enjoyed it. I like the humor of it. I like how kind of off the wall it can be sometimes with fucking, this is what rich people do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it is what they do.
Yeah, that's another sort of caveat. Is like, it's kind of hard to swallow the show and like watch what they do and like the extravagance that they just kind of like throw around. Oh, I lost.
Mm-hmm. No. Fuck. I was very frustrated when I watched the second season premiere with the Summer Palace, where like there's this whole like feast prepared, and then Logan gets mad about something and tells them all to throw it away.
Well, I mean, do you remember why?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
There was, in that episode, there is a smell permeating throughout the house.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they find that there is like a dead badger or something stuffed up in the fireplace.
3 dead badgers or something.
Something like that. And so, because
It's
in Logan's mind, huh?
It's symbolism.
What is that a symbol for?
The 3 children trying to claw their way to the top of the chimney.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Thanks, Reddit.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Because the feast has like been prepared and like has been waiting to be eaten with the stench and everything, Logan goes on like a tirade and is like, throw all that food out. It's been like wallowing in this stench or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like literally like dozens of lobsters and huge like
Yeah.
the most marbled steak you've ever seen. was
Throw
gone.
it all away and let's order pizza.
Yeah.
Fucking rich people. And even in the like pilot episode when Kendall's trying to acquire Walter, and it's just, we can just throw away $100 million on this company that's basically a startup at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
It does promise.
and like, okay, you don't like that offer? We'll go to $125 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's not real in my brain. I can't fathom that amount of money. Like, that's just a number at this point. That amount of money doesn't exist.
Oh, for anyone that cares, I did find the date that It's Always Sunny went on Hulu. It was March 3rd.
Oh, damn. That was even before fucking coronavirus became real.
Yeah, so it's not as recent as we thought, but I just found out that it was on, so I binged it. Also, Rob McElhenney's Twitter profile picture is Fat Mac,
Yeah.
showing that fat pride. So, do you have any sort of rating prepared for the show? Would you
Succession?
rate it? Yeah. I guess just season 2.
Okay, I was like, the whole show or
No.
season 1, season 2?
Just season 2, I say. The
Season
more
2?
recent.
I think season 2 was far superior to season 1. So, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. Season 1, I probably would have given like a 6.5. Because definitely the last 4 to 5 episodes were the best.
Yeah, but it's getting to that.
Yeah. But season 2, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably give season 2 like a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Still worth checking out, and I was telling you yesterday, I think, where it's like, I don't know how I'll really feel about the show until it's over, and I can see what the entire sort of thing, what the point is.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that he has a plan mapped out.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I hope so. I mean, I don't think it's going to get canceled or anything. Like, it just won Golden Globes last year. So,
Yeah.
I think it won Best Drama.
Yeah. I don't see HBO as the type of show or type of network to cancel a show over less than stellar reviews than they were hoping for.
Yeah, I don't think HBO kind of goes by views because they're a streaming service.
Yes.
So.
Well, I mean, before streaming, they were the like premium channel where you pay to watch it. So they've always had like the money flowing in just to make shit.
Yeah, and I said last year, but literally like this year, I forgot that the Golden Globes already happened this year.
Yes.
I don't know what time it is or day it is anymore.
What month it is.
I have no idea.
So there's Succession. Go check it out.
When I bought milk yesterday, it said it expired on May 6th. And I thought, oh, cool, that's like a month from now.
The world didn't pause. It's almost May.
I don't know what's happening.
May 6th is
It's
next
gonna be
Wednesday.
May.
Mm-hmm. It's not that meme yet. You have to do that on Thursday, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
When the podcast is out, it will be tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway, Succession, good. If you're patient, stick it out. I promise it's worth it.
Let's take a little break from TV for once, and let's talk about music.
Yes.
Everyone's favorite section of the podcast.
Is it?
No.
I'm like, we barely talk about music.
I know. But it is still a very large part of my life.
Yeah.
I listen to Spotify daily now, and this has been a very good year again for my genre of music. Tons of albums dropping, tons of albums planned. Unfortunately, tons of tours canceled or postponed. But even the postponements are like causing some bands to drop out because they have other obligations. There have been some albums that have straight up been pushed back because they're like, we were gonna tour on this album and we can't fucking tour, sorry.
Yeah.
So other than that whole pandemic, it's been a good year for my scene.
Yeah.
And in that regard, Dance Gavin Dance just put out a new album.
Yes.
We've definitely talked about them since this podcast has been a thing. Because I remember shortly after the podcast, their album Instant Gratification was coming out.
I feel like we've talked about this band several times.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, this has been a very long running theme for Chess Talk is Dance Gavin Dance.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were saying, like, I think we've talked about them.
No.
Yes.
I'm saying, like, I think, like, we've talked about them for the past 4 or 5 albums. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Okay. Been a minute. They put out albums. They were almost fucking 2016-2017's album of the year with Mothership. We almost won that. You and I.
I don't remember.
That was your vote.
Was it? I
Sure
think it was
was.
like mine lost, so I had to pick one.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, they're never going to be in my top
Yeah, well, they almost were.
by default.
So, Afterburner. I enjoy it.
Okay.
It's a good album. I definitely kind of fell off a little bit after their last album, Artificial Selection, because it did feel a little too samey from Mothership. Like, it felt just like a deluxe version of Mothership, or kind of no variation in what they did. Whereas at least on this album, I do feel like they did some different stuff. Like the John Screamer, he does have some poppier parts in some of the like poppier choruses, if anything. Like there's this one song, is it 3 Wishes, I want to say, where like the chorus line is multiple stab wounds.
Yeah, I remember that now.
And he's just like, you can tell when he was recording it, he just has this like huge smile on his face because that's just how the like words are coming out. So it does interesting stuff like that where it just kind of like breaks up the mold of the clean verse, screamed chorus, or screamed verse, clean chorus.
Yeah.
So that's what I appreciated about this. It made good use of the features that it had. They had 2 artists featured in the last 2 songs. One of them was Andrew Wells, who is a guitarist of theirs, but he was popular in another band as a full-on singer.
Okay.
So he did a good part. And then Bill Murray, that is a band.
Yes.
The lead, Bill Murray, it's one guy that does all the recording of the instruments and the singing and producing. It's his project. He used to be the singer for a band called Attack Attack. So long-standing roots. And that song, the finale, Into the Sunset, is probably my favorite song on the album that features him. That's the song that has like the weird like lo-fi R&B kind of like section to it. You don't remember that?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure I would if I heard it.
But even hearing me say that, doesn't that like pique your interest of like how that fits into a Dance Gavin Dance song?
Yeah. Yeah.
So to me is what encompasses why this album stands out more to me than Artificial Selection, is it does different things like that. I'm sure you remember the Spanish song.
How could I forget?
The Calentamiento Global. I'm just
That sounds right.
going off of how he says it, which is I don't know. It's on my first listen, I did not enjoy it, but it's definitely grown on me because it is kind of odd hearing him sing in Spanish. And then the very next song, which is 3 Wishes, where it's just instantly he's singing back in English. It's just kind of like jarring on this album.
Yeah. It's creative, yeah.
Yes. So my favorite songs are definitely going to be Prisoner, which I did not really love as a single, but putting it in context of the album, I do actually really enjoy. Prisoner, 3 Wishes, Parody Catharsis, which does a very interesting like vocal effect on the chorus that I really enjoy. And then, like I said, Into the Sunset, you got the Will Swan rap verse, which is very fun. Then you've got Bill Murray section, and like I said, the kind of like R&B kind of drop that happens throughout the song, which really breaks it up. So, yeah. Good album. Not my favorite of the year, but still a good album.
It's good.
I mean, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, so yeah.
Have you had 10 out of 10s this year?
I have just one 10 out of 10 this year, yeah.
The band you keep talking about?
Invent Animate.
Yeah.
If you would even consider listening to that album, I would definitely talk about that on the podcast, but I know that won't happen.
I'm sorry, like, I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry.
They have instrumental versions of their albums. I'm sure you would appreciate that.
I guess, yeah. It's like background noise.
Very atmospheric. That's kind of like their thing. They're the atmospheric metalcore, and they have very pretty guitar work. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you'd dig it. Mm-hmm. So that's the Dance Gavin Dance section. I also did want to talk about... Yeah, okay. There is this concert...
Okay, go ahead.
That is, or was going to happen on April 20th. It's called Block by Blockwest. It is a virtual festival being held in Minecraft. Because why not? Definitely like parodying South by Southwest. Sorry, I went on their website and they had something about a donation goal. But it's a event in Minecraft. There's no cost to admission other than just owning Minecraft. And they have 3 stages with fucking at least 10 bands per stage. And I mean, maybe not any super big artist, but cool artist, I would say. Like, I don't know everyone on here, but I am definitely going to check it out and watch the bands I want to see and then just listen to the other bands that are going to be performing. There's a tutorial on their website of how to watch the event. They have, like I said, different stages, and it's a Discord channel you go into per stage so you can listen to the band. You can watch merch. There's going to be mini games during all of this too, like Minecraft games. There's like puzzles and shit, and I think they're giving away prizes. So I did want to bring that up because that is very cool, and I had only heard about it after it was already postponed twice, so I was like, hey, let's fucking get the word out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is it for Music Talk. We made it. You
Woo.
survived, Brittany.
Woo! I'm fine. Like I've told you, Dance Gavin Dance is probably like the one that I can like enjoy.
That you can tolerate.
No, there are songs I enjoy, so it's more than just tolerate. There are some bands that I definitely tolerate. And then the rest I just, no, stop yelling. Stop yelling at me.
Gotta show you the instrumental songs. Okay. Start you with that.
Okay.
And then you'll be like, oh, no. And then I'll just slip in a not instrumental song every once in a while. And you'll be like, oh, I don't even notice. The guitar is too pretty. Let's wrap up this episode with the Better Call Saul Season 5 finale discussion. Spoilers for all of Better Call Saul. If you haven't seen it, don't know why you haven't. You should definitely be watching it at this point. And Brittany, what was your impression after watching that ending?
I mean, pretty similar to like what yours was immediately after the credits started going. That's how it's ending. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel like a season finale.
No, it definitely feels like this whole thing was just kind of like build up into season 6.
Yeah.
Like it was all just one mega season.
Yeah. It feels like how BoJack was split into 2 mini seasons.
Right, but this was still 10 episodes.
Yeah. Nothing gets resolved in this season.
Yeah.
Fine. I just need to know what's going to happen to Kim. I just need to know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She did the Saul Goodman finger guns.
Yeah.
Like, after basically like, I'm going to destroy this man's whole career. Fucking Kim. He didn't do anything to you.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
He paid for your law school.
She paid him back.
I know, but like, as much of a douche as Howard was, I just think of him like, yeah, that's a lawyer. Mm-hmm. He didn't do anything morally wrong. In my opinion.
Yeah.
He didn't actually kill Chuck.
Despite kind of.
How did he kind of kill Chuck?
I don't know.
I don't think Howard did anything wrong besides just be a kind of douchey lawyer.
Right.
And now, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What if Kim, like, goes too far and just, like, goes to jail?
I'd
rather her do that than die.
I have a feeling something like that is going to be... I was more convinced that she was going to be dead by the end of the show, but after the finale, it definitely seems more like she is going to be facing criminal charges or something like that, because like Jimmy said, they can run like bar tricks and bar scams and stuff, but what she's talking about is very much a big deal and could actually go to shit. So I can't imagine things ending up well for either of them, because the episode title was called Something Unforgivable.
Yeah.
So I was expecting it to be something for Jimmy and Kim, like they were going to break, and Jimmy almost like broke up with her in the hotel room.
Yeah.
He tried to, and Kim was like, no, we're eating
we're
a burger.
We're going to have cheeseburgers.
Yes, with truffle fries.
No, truffle salt.
Meh.
Truffle salt.
If it makes you feel any better, Vince Gilligan did confirm that season 6 is happening next year. So it won't be like a 2-year wait. Like
is it going to happen next year with the coronavirus?
Yeah, this article is from 4 days ago.
Okay.
So.
Is he just being optimistic, or is it like, surprise, we already had it all filmed?
No, it's going to be in later 2021. Okay. Yeah, it won't be like another March.
It's just, I don't want to get into like a discussion about coronavirus, but like, at what point are they going to declare it safe to start filming shows again and movies? Like, it's...
Once the vaccine starts rolling out, I bet.
That could be like at least a year from now.
Well, I mean, for us regular people.
Yeah. Like, all the celebrities already got tested, so.
Yeah. So, what makes you think they won't get their vaccines fucking primed now to them?
Yeah. They probably all have flour.
Or they can pay people to sit around and get flour for them.
Yeah. Rich people can just stay in the store all night.
No, they can pay people to wait in the store all night for them.
Yeah.
They don't wait.
Yeah.
They do other things. Regardless. Another thing I saw is that Witcher Season 2's release date is 2021 as well. So, because I want to say that they had just started filming The Witcher 2 like right when the first season showed up. So
yeah, so they may have finished or done most of it. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know how long it takes to film a season of a show.
I want to say it's a 2 to 3 month kind of ordeal, depending on the length of the show and how hard it is.
I feel like a high fantasy show is hard to film.
Yeah, like I was going to say, probably more action heavy shows are harder because that takes longer. Mm-hmm. Whereas Succession probably isn't that intensive when it's just a lot of character discussion.
It's a lot of character discussion, but it's like, I don't think they started filming when this all happened.
No. Yeah, no, I'm not saying like, oh, Succession will come out soon. I'm just saying like comparing the two types of shows. Yeah. And then you have something like Better Call Saul, which is probably somewhere in the middle between the two. Yeah. Because Better Call Saul does have the action scenes or going out of the way to like different sets and weird places. Like in the finale, we saw Lalo's home.
That was a really nice home.
It was a great casa.
Beautiful ranch.
Mm-hmm. With the fucking bathtub secret compartment.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was really cool.
I wonder how the plumbing works on that.
I'm sure, like...
It's a fake bathtub.
Or, like, there's enough room so the
But, like, it lifted up from the part that had the faucet. So it's a fake bathtub.
You're a fake bathtub.
Okay. Anyway, I liked the way that was shot when Lalo first climbs down into that little tunnel, because it like zooms in on him like crawling super fast and then like backs up. It made me feel like I was on like a weird like amusement park ride. That was a cool shot.
Yeah. They love doing weird things with the cameras, and they keep finding new ways to do weird things.
That was probably one of my favorite shots in a TV show that I can remember.
Yeah.
Besides the one of Jimmy looking around that corner.
I'm Howard Jummy. That was like one of the top posts of the week. It's like, I love the cinematography of the show. It was just
yeah, because I used to do that like in my bathroom mirror.
And now you and Bob Odenkirk have something in common.
Yes. My sister and I would go into the bathroom and like take the medicine cabinet door open and like make weird goofy faces.
Wow.
You didn't do that?
What? I don't know how you
growing up poor.
I don't know how you slowed down as an adult, but here you are having just as much fun as a little kid, Brittany. Yummy.
Growing up poor, you have to make your own fun.
The house also had the very tense shootout with Nacho and his mercenaries that were hired by Fring and Lalo. It gave me almost the same feelings as like Ramsay Bolton, where like he took out all the like Iron Fleet, like Vanguard. I can't remember what they were called, but like the super high Iron Isles. That's what they were, right? Asha. What was her name? What was
Yara.
Yara?
Her name in the book is Asha.
There we go. I was like, why am I getting that from?
That's her real name.
Yeah.
But Yara. They thought it would be confusing if there was someone named Asha and someone named Osha. So they changed her name. Because they think people are stupid.
Yeah, we are. But it almost gave me
Daenerys
vibes.
Forgot about the Iron Fleet.
It gave me those kind of vibes with how Lala was just somehow single-handedly killing them.
It made me question, because earlier in the episode, Gus was talking to Mike about the people he hired, and he said, like, they're the best. And it's like, are they? Or is Lalo really that good?
I think it's, I don't know, a little bit of Lalo's really that good, and also he has the home turf. Like, he knows about the secret compartment.
Yeah.
So it's like, well,
if that secret compartment didn't exist, or
Yeah.
if Lalo had been asleep and Nacho didn't start the fire in the kitchen, like, maybe it would have gone smoother.
Maybe, but I don't know. It's hard. Like, how else would they have gotten inside? So
Yeah. I mean, if Lalo wasn't sitting right in front of the back door, it would have been a lot simpler.
of course, but didn't. So do you think he is going to? Because he knows Nacho's the one that did it.
Yes.
He looked over and saw the tequila whiskey glass, whatever they were drinking, and he saw that Nacho hadn't drunk any of it, and so he knew that Nacho was the one that did this.
Yeah, and I feel like if they had snuck up on Nacho, it wouldn't just be sitting there on the table.
Right. Yeah. Or Nacho's body would be somewhere around there, but it wasn't.
Yeah. There's no way that they would have taken him or left him to live if he wasn't involved. So yeah, he's definitely going after Nacho.
I just wonder if he's just going to kill him outright, or if he's going to capture them and use him triple agent.
Do you think... Because when we first really meet Saul in Breaking Bad, he has that line that basically introduces Lalo and Nacho as characters.
Yeah.
Do you think that it indicates whether or not Nacho's still alive?
I have no idea. I don't think Saul knows.
Okay.
Yeah. Whether or not he knows in that moment, I don't think is relevant.
Because the line is basically like, it wasn't me, it was Ignacio. Didn't Lalo send you or something?
Yes.
So Lalo's definitely still alive, I'm assuming. Or maybe Jimmy thinks he is. Saul.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's a hard line to read into, so I'm not going to.
I want Nacho to survive, even though he is a terrible person, because he works for a drug cartel.
He's trying to get out.
Is he trying to get out, or is he just trying to get his dad out?
Both.
I feel like he's just trying to get his dad to leave.
No, he's the only reason he hasn't left yet is because of his dad, because he knows if he leaves, they will kill his dad.
Yeah.
Once his dad is out, he can run too.
Yeah.
That's
but
it.
he still did some shitty things.
Yeah, obviously. He's not a good person, but he is trying to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. Trying.
Mm-hmm. So is he redeemable to you?
I mean, people are, in general.
But Kendall's not redeemable to you?
He murdered someone because he wanted to get high and keep getting high.
Yeah.
And then he left the corpse there.
And you don't think he's trying to redeem himself?
No. He's trying to be CEO of the company.
But that scene when he's at the parents' house and he looks like he's about to fucking like kill himself. Fuck. Anyway, Better Call Saul. Sorry, it just made me mad.
Nacho's upbringing is a lot different than Kendall's.
Yeah.
He has a lot more forgiveness built in as a character in his life. That's all.
Our stations in life dictate what choices we make.
Yes. We didn't have too much Mike in the finale.
No, that was disappointing.
But what we did get was fantastic. So I'm fine with it.
We didn't get much of Mike, though. Like,
that's fine.
I didn't really find any of it to be standout Mike.
It's just, it was good Papa Mike making Jimmy feel better.
Yeah, it was nice. Because we don't really get to see a lot of Mike and Saul scenes in Breaking Bad.
No.
So it's nice to see that they do have this kind of bond that kind of came out of a very near-death experience.
Yeah.
I liked seeing that. It was nice. And he saved his life multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, constantly.
I'm sure he's going to continue to do that.
We'll constantly do it. Because we need a lawyer.
There weren't any, like, super big things.
Yeah, it's like we said, it felt like a weird finale.
Yeah.
And like when Lala walked off at the end, it was just like, okay, what's next? What's the next scene?
Cliffhanger.
Not as bad as the Breaking Bad season 5A cliffhanger, but still just as annoying.
What was the season 5A cliffhanger?
That's when Hank was on the toilet and figured out that Walt was Heisenberg.
That was in season 5? I thought he figured that out in the end of season 4.
No, that was the 5A cliffhanger.
Damn.
And then we had to wait a year.
Damn.
Yes. So
Crazy.
I am pretty sure that season 6 of Saul isn't a split up season. I think it is just I think there are more episodes than normal, but it's not split up. So
okay.
That is exciting.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they will bring back any more Breaking Bad characters?
They're definitely getting closer to the Breaking Bad timeline because they've mentioned Tuco and how much longer his sentence is. So yeah, they said Tuco will be out in 11 months or something like that.
Oh, and he had just gotten out of prison.
He's fairly fresh out of prison.
In Breaking Bad.
Right.
Okay.
So
do you think we'll see...
The only person I could see making sense is someone from Jesse's crew.
Yeah.
Like I don't know...
Peter.
Or Jesse himself. I mean, like I can't see how a chemistry teacher who has not had a cancer diagnosis get involved with Saul. And very clearly just met him at the start of Breaking Bad. So it doesn't really make sense for them to meet in this show.
Yeah. Because in season 1 of Breaking Bad, Jesse already knew Crazy 8. Right?
Yes, that was because he was dealing meth for Crazy 8. I'm pretty sure.
So I feel like that'd be the only...
Right, because Crazy 8 is definitely still around. But we're definitely going to see, I imagine we'll see how Saul starts up his law firm and we get the receptionist back and we see how Huel starts getting back into play.
And when we get the car.
Yeah, still haven't got the car. The Steam is dead, but car is still unaccounted for.
Yeah, it's Cadillac, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Lawyer up.
And what happens to Kim? Because we're getting so close to Breaking Bad. Like, whatever happens to her, if it's really bad, like, he's definitely not heartbroken when we meet him in Breaking Bad.
It's such a hard character to read, though. So he's always in Saul mode when we see him in Breaking Bad. So it's you can't really say that.
Mm-hmm. So we didn't get any like flashbacks in this finale. Don't we usually get a flashback?
Not usually. It's usually the first scene of the season.
That's like a flash forward, but we get flashbacks sometimes.
Sometimes. I wouldn't say it's irregular.
Okay. So what do you think the flash forwards are building to? Because we'll get probably like one more at the beginning of next season, and then maybe like the last scene of season 6 is going to have...
probably going back to Albuquerque, I imagine. Or him doing... Because, I mean, the last time we saw... What's his... I can't remember what his name is. Yeah, Gene. He called the vacuum guy, turned it down, and said he was going to take care of it himself. Mm-hmm. And so... I think he's going back to Albuquerque. That's my guess.
Okay.
To what end? Who the fuck knows?
Okay.
Maybe we won't know until we know what's up with Kim.
Yeah. It has to do with Kim. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Because Saul knows Mike is dead at the end of season 5 of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
There's no one else really I think he would go back for. Chuck's
Howard.
Dead.
He's going to take that job.
It's like, Howard, I'm ready to take the job. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
You ready to rate it?
The season as a whole?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Out of 10...
Bowling balls.
10 bowling balls. 10 job offers.
10 bowling balls.
10 mirrored faces.
10 bowling balls.
Putting 10 of those pictures.
Yeah, you have to link to that picture now.
Oh, yeah. No, that's what I want to be for Halloween. Is that.
I want to see how you figure that out.
I just put a mirror on my face. Right in the center.
Okay.
That's what I want to be.
What's your rating?
My rating is going to be 9.5.
Ooh, what's the 0.5 that took it down?
I did mention it. It's that this season does feel like it's just kind of the build up to a bigger season.
Okay.
Where it's like by the end of it, there wasn't, I don't know. It's just the biggest development of this season, I would say, is Nacho and Lalo's relationship, which is definitely interesting. Nacho is a major character, but at the same time, it's not something major like Mike or Jimmy or Kim. And Jimmy and Kim, they kind of like get to the same point and then reverse. And so it doesn't feel like progress has been made. It just feels like we've switched places from the end of last season to the end of this season.
I wouldn't agree with that, but that's fine.
Because, I mean, Jimmy is trying to get out of what he's doing. He wants Kim.
I don't think he's trying to get out of it. I think he's just trying to get Kim as far away from it as possible.
Right. But she's the one that's, like, not budging on it and is trying to keep doing this weird...
She gets the thrill.
Exactly.
She's weird.
Whereas at the end of last season, it's like Kim was adamant about him not becoming Saul Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I feel like it's, like, just flipped.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that is why it's 0.5.
Okay.
Off.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't know. I thought I knew.
Don't worry about my rating. What was your rating going to be?
10 out of 10.
Uh-oh.
Look, I don't get bothered by the fact that seasons are building up to bigger things. Like, I don't get bothered by that.
Yeah. But I mean...
As long as the story it's telling is still enticing and, like, you're still... The characters are still learning things from what they're going through, and I just don't see a problem with something being, I guess you could call it filler.
No, I'm not saying it's filler, but it's, at the end of the day, get morbid about it, what if season 6 never comes out? And this is the last season of Better Call Saul, and that's what we're left with. Like,
well, that's not going to happen.
But wouldn't it, in retrospect, kind of detract from, like, how, like, if there's so much momentum still, and, like, there is no release?
No, because it was still a good season.
Yeah, 9.5 is still a very good rating.
I know. I'm
it's
just
not
saying.
A perfect.
I'm not going to let, like, I don't think you should wonder about what if this happens.
Yeah.
And let that detract from the quality of something.
Yeah.
That's just
weird. That's not what
That's not something I would consider. No.
And it's
not even a worry of mine. Like, even if, God forbid, coronavirus takes someone that's vital to the cast or crew and they have to stop the show because how do you keep going without this person? Like, I will still look back at this season and say that was a great season of television, and I'm very sad that I can't continue, but it doesn't detract from it.
Yes. I feel like we're both agreeing, and I did give it a nearly perfect score. Like, it's
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, I don't agree with your logic of what if it ends and this is what it ended with.
Because I gave Mindhunter season 2 a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
And, like, that to me, it's just like, you just take this one season, watch it on its own. I couldn't want anything more or less from it. It was just a very good package. Whereas to me, I feel like this season, it's just very, very good. It's just, I know it's like, it is missing more.
Okay. That's fine.
That's that. You asked for the 0.5.
Just saying your logic of why blah, blah, blah. I don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm. But that is why the 0.5 is missing.
That's fine. You don't have to like it. I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm. Worst show of the year. That's what my rating means.
Yeah. We're going to have Chess Talk Razzies.
Yeah. It's all Vince Gilligan shit. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's going to do it for this week. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, probably talking about Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse, starring Willem Dafoe and his weird something, because he does something weird in that movie, right?
I think so. I think he masturbates or has sex with a mermaid or something.
Nice. So we're going to talk about that and all its
Robert
glory.
Pattinson, a.k.a. Batman.
A.k.a. the French Prince. And
the Dauphin.
Probably some other stuff. And we'll see you next week.
Deuces.